Dear friends, welcome back with another machine on the Van Hub, which is Gemini 2. The link will be put into the description section below so that you can download and play the machine if you want to. From my point of view, this machine is so fantastic. We can utilize the Python to make brute forcing, although you can use other choice such as Bubble Suite. And also in this video, we have to escape the command injection filter, a bit difficult. So before we go ahead, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like below. You're greatly appreciated. So without further ado, let's just get started. We can head over to Kali Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be netdiscover. As you can notice here, the IP address of the target could be recognized as 143. We can note down such information to our notebook to go on. So what shall we do next? We need to do the port and the surface scanning with a map. To save time of this video, I've already done that before. So now we just get out its result. As you can see over here, I used the option like scene scan, the version scan, the default script scan, followed by the -p- to do the full range port scan. The last option for all is ON to output the result into this file. Although, as you can notice here, the IP address of the target has been changed, which is different from the IP address when I did the machine the first time. This doesn't matter, as you know. And from the map scanning results, we can tell that the target has two open port numbers. The first one is 22, which is running SSH service. Sorry, my bad. And also the version information, 7.4. This version is not very updated. However, I don't think we can find any workable vulnerability. Let's move on. The second one is 80, which is running HTTP service and also the version information, Apache 2. So it's very clear that what shall we do next? We need to do immersion with this web application, both manually and automatically. Let's fire up the browser to do the manual immersion first. And we can put the IP address of the target into the address bar of the browser. And the welcome guest. So this is the internal web application designed for employees to view their profile details and also allow them to export their details to PDF. And the roles and access controls are implemented for administrators. So I think we need to, make notes of such information to our notebook. Because I think such information is very useful and important. For example, the roles and access controls are implemented for administrators. In other words, normal users may not access the admin panel. And also maybe, there'll be some vulnerabilities related to PDF, okay? Maybe we can put down such information, port number, SSH, port 80, HTTP, okay? So let's proceed. And there is hyperlink login. We can open this link in new tab. And we can try to use the admin as a username. And also password is admin to sign in. But failed. We got the error. Username or password is incorrect. And also we can try to use login bypass technique to sign in. Anything in the password field to sign in. But we still get the same error. So this, I don't think it's right direction, okay? If you want Sorry. Let's go ahead. Sorry about this. And if you want, you also can use the SQL map to test the SQL injection vulnerability. But to save time of this video, I will not do that. Okay? So let's go back to the home page. Oh, it doesn't matter. And also we need to check its source code of this home page. Sometimes the source code can reveal something important. Let's scroll down, but nothing here. Okay? And although there's some links like about us, and contact, they are external links. This would be outside of our scope. Okay? And also at the top, you can notice the user list. We can click. However, nothing returned. We get the empty page. Maybe, because we are not authenticated yet, so we cannot get anything. Okay? So we can check its source code. Next, we can check whether this site has robots file or not. Not found. Next, we can pull up the terminal to do the automatic enumeration. Just I mentioned over and over again, we need to combine both manual and automatic way to enumerate the application or service. So the first utility, as always, would be Nikto. Nikto can give us a lot of information about the web application, such as banner information, even sometimes can give us the vulnerability of the web application if it has or if it is vulnerable. And also like the request header information or some common files or directories can be enumerated out, although it's built in. Dictionary is not so big. Okay? But I do not think we can find anything useful besides some directories like admin. We can take a look at the admin directory. But only some sort of static containers or directories like CSS, Cascade style sheet, and also the JavaScript. In most cases, we cannot get anything, some sort of a static file, okay? Make the site to be beautiful or to be more interactive. That's all. And next, maybe I do not want to go through all other directories like image, lab, okay, and also found, during the manual enumeration stage, we have already found this page. And maybe we can note down such information to our notebook. Next, we can launch the GoBuster to do the directory enumeration. If you have already followed my channel, you know that the GoBuster is my favorite tool to enumerate the directories, because this is a very effective tool. And very quickly, the GoBuster discovers some directories and files like blacklist, activate. So I think we can note down, but at this point, we can ignore those page with response or status code as 403 or 500, okay? But this one, how about this one, the blacklist? We can take a look at this one. And I think this is the blacklist. Blacklist means that the application will filter such characters, okay? Many characters. And, such characters are very useful for the command execution, right? Like the vertical bar, like int, and also the cat, more or less. So why I mentioned at the very beginning, this mission involves very difficult escaping from the command injection filter, okay? However, we can note down such information to our notebook, okay? We can copy and put over here. And the next, I think we can take a look at this page, activate. And we can access this one. You know, this is the activation form. We can provide the user ID, although at this moment, we don't know what it is. And also we need to provide the activation code. So I think this activation form is a means to activate a specific account, right? So maybe we need to take special attention to this page, okay? So we can copy and paste over here. So how about the next one? Export. So how about this one? So I think this is exporting some information to PDF. Do you remember? At the home page, as you can see here, allow them to export the details to PDF. So I think this is what the export.php file is doing. But I don't think now we can get anything. So let's go back to the terminal. So log out, footer. We found this one, registration. So I think we can register a new user. And to see, we can use this new user to do something, okay? And we can put over here. Yes, we are allowed to register user. For example, we can use JSON as username and display name like JSON1 and email address, we can put anything, okay? And password, we can use very simple or stupid password, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To register, it seems it's working, right? Great. So, you know, for the web application or for any type of application, the manual enumeration is very essential to the penetration. We got an error. There was an error. Please try again. So what's the error? Maybe this error is caused by redirection, okay? So how about to log in to the target with the new user, okay? For example, the username is JSON and the password is 12345 to sign in. This time we got a different, not error, we got the warning. Your account is not yet activated. Please submit the 6-digit code for activation. I think you can remember that we have already found the page for activation. Sorry, my bad. So next, I think we need to go to this page to activate our created account. Okay, we can copy and paste over here. So how about the JSON profile? And also, if you go to the profile, we can get the user ID from the URL. Okay, this case the URL would be 14. Oh, sorry, the user ID would be 14, and we can. So sorry, yeah, this one. So this field we can fill in 14 and activation code. And it's apparently we need to brute force this activation code. And also this is reasonable because just involves 6 digits. And we can use different choice to make such brute forcing like Burp Suite. Maybe we also can use Hydra. But in this video, I like to show you maybe Hydra is not a very good way, because if you check its source code, sorry, where? So registration. If you check its source code, you can notice this value, and the name is token. If you have already used the Django, one value is very important for the framework security, which is CSRF token, cross-site request forgery token. This can prevent, the client-side attack, or like, the brute forcing. This will bring some difficulties to make brute forcing, because every time if you access this page activate.php, this value would be different. Okay, for example, we can copy. I can show you what I mean. We can copy and put over here, and we can press enter again, and you can check its source code, and then you can copy this token. As you can see now, the token has been changed. I hope you have really got my idea. Okay, so however, Python can handle this very well, and let me show you in action. Okay, and also you can start from the scratch to code this script. However, I'd like to show you more efficient way, although I've already demonstrated this technique before. Okay, so how to do? We can go to this side. Maybe I can, not this one. Yeah, this one. We can open the inspect and navigate to network tab, and we can, the user ID is 14.111.111. Activate, and you can get the post request, and you can right click and can copy as Q, and then you can go to this website. Yeah, this website can convert Q commands to Python and JavaScript and more. I think this website is great. Okay, so we can paste in here. So now we just copy this Python code to clipboard, and because we need to do some modification. Okay, the code itself cannot work for our scenario. Okay, so yeah, but as you can see here, many code has been done already for us, and we need to do some import the regular expression module, and also I'd like to import the sys module. Then when necessary, we can control, like stop the program. Okay, and how to do? Maybe I can copy the cookies to be here. First of all, we need to, this would be 2 steps. Okay, 2 steps. The step 1, we need to get the token and also the cookie. The cookie, I think why the Python, this Python code is a bit challenging, because every time this cookie, this value would be different. Although the latter part, like a user and the password, is fixed when you create the new user. But this one will be different when you refresh the request. Okay? So we need to dynamically retrieve this cookie. So the first step would be the retrieving the token and the cookie. Next, the second step would be post data with a token and cookie. Okay, so this is what we are going to do in this code. And so to do that, first of all, we need to define the function like get token and cookie. Of course, you can use any name for this function. And the response would be requests get, and we can copy the URL from the browser. Of course, we need to put between single quotes. Okay, and next we need to define the pattern to extract the token. Maybe we can use other way, but I think regular expression is very good way. As you can notice here, we just copy this line, and we want this value is what we want. We can copy, and also I will take you to another website. This site can, can allow you to test the pattern. Okay, I've already, maybe we can put over here. And you can test your regular expression pattern. Okay, I've already done that earlier. And so now we can copy this pattern and put over here. Okay, next result would be regular expression module find all pattern, and the second parameter we have to pass is string text. Okay, that's all. And the first, because this will return a list, because this case just only one element in this list, so we can use the 0 index to retrieve the token. How about the cookie or the PHP session ID? We can use the response cookies, but we need to get as dictionary. Okay, and the key name for this would be this one. We can copy and put it over here. Then we can return to value PHP. Before we go on, I think we can test this code. Okay, get, and I've already activated the virtual environment of Python, so we can run Python brute force. As you can see, we retrieved or returned a tuple which has two values. The first one would be token, and the second one would be PHP session ID. When next afterwards we need to construct the post data, and we need to pass or we need to fit the token and the PHP session ID. Okay, so how to do? Maybe now I do not need to use this line for testing. So next, we can make a loop, because we want to loop over. We need to generate 6 digits. And I'm not sure whether you can find other ways, but I will take a bit stupid way. So for I1 in range from 0 to 10, and for the second digit range for I3, for the fourth digit range. So I think so far you have already got my, my ideas to launch the brute forcing. Okay, the 5th digit in range, and the last digit in range. Okay, and the code would be, of course, we need to convert it to string. I1, I2, I3, I4, I6. Okay, so next we can create, first of all, we need to create the cookie. And in this case, we can use the function get. And the second element of this tuple would be session ID. Okay, and the data, the token, similarly, we can replace by this one. However, we need to indent this block. Okay, and also this one is not used, I think, but this doesn't matter. So I think that's all. Of course, we need to make some conditional. Okay, and if response status code is or not 403, it means that the code is not correct. Is 403? I need to check. So yeah, 403, right? So I think we can use this conditional to get the right one. Okay, so now if, and then we can print out found the code found. Okay, and the code, and then we do not need to continue, right? So then we can exit from the program. Also, we can print out some progress information. Print trying code. Okay, so I think that's all. If there is any error, this code should be working. Okay, let's test it. Now we can put up the terminal to run it. Oh, maybe we need to, because this is too quick, maybe we need to use the time or introduce the delay, the time. So between each request, we can sleep. Okay, and next we can launch it again. Now it's trying different code or different activation code to activate the current account. The account is JSON. We've just created earlier. Okay. Maybe I need to pause the video to save the time of the, All right. As you can see, we successfully retrieved the activation code, which is 0005111. However, I'd like to point out one very serious mistake with the previous code. Let's go back. Just now I used this way to put the token and the cookie. I didn't write this code before in previous code. I did this one like this. Previously I got the PHP session ID. I can use this one, use this way, and also this way. Although, we can, why this code or this way is mistaken. because although can get the the PHP session ID, however, these two values, because every time you run this function, we will make a new request. So actually, these two values do not belong the same session. Yeah, very, very serious mistake. And also, maybe you will have such a mistake possibly. So I'd like to point out for you guys. Okay. So anyway, we have already retrieved the activation code for our new account. We can copy and paste over here. Maybe I can close up the PyCharm to save my, save the resource of my machine. Okay. So now we can go to this page. Also, we can use the ID, and the activation code is 000511. Activate account. As you can see now, welcome Jason. We successfully log in. However, we cannot do anything. Only we can get some user names information like a demo account, and but this one caught our attention because this role is administrator. Do you remember? During the manual immersion stage, as you can see over here, roles and access controls are implemented for administrators to access the admin panel. Although we have already spent effort to, create a new user and also activate this new user, unfortunately, we cannot do anything. What shall we do next? We need to make a lateral movement. Maybe not a lateral movement. We need to elevate to the administrator. So how to do? If you go back to the page and you view the page source, and you can, not here, maybe not here, can view page source. Yeah, we can get its password for this user, and the username is this one. We can copy and paste over here, and the password, apparently this password is encrypted. We can copy, and we can go to the CrackStation website to crack it. Okay, and I've already done that before, so now we just copy its result and to put over here. So next we can, log out from the current user to log in as an administrator. And the password, the username, and also the password we can copy from notebook. Sign in. It does work. And you can notice the admin panel. Wonderful, right? And this is only accessible for the administrator. We have really done a great job so far. General settings, but nothing here. And also, we can execute command. Again, nothing returned. So very weird, right? Although we have already got the administrator's access. So now it's time to launch the Burp Suite to analyze request and response between the client and the application. We can turn the proxy to Burp Suite and then launch Burp Suite. Proxy, and we can refresh this page, and we can get the request. We can send this request to repeater module, and then we can get the response. We got the error 403, IP not allowed. So I think we need to bypass this, this limitation. there is some sort of the security feature by the web application, and this can be done by additional field of X forward. Okay, maybe we can go. You can go to the website of the Google, the X forwarded for header, and you can copy this key name and put over here. Next, we can, of course, we can play around this request within the Burp Suite, and we can send request. We need to add the header. Sorry, can we add the field? Cannot. It's okay. We can go to the proxy. We can add the new header to the request. Paste over here, local IP address, and we can add forward. This time, we can get the page back, and then we can run command. So I think also another thing you should remember, there will be some sort of blacklist in place on the target, and we need to bypass. So we can run command, for example, like ID and execute. Also, similarly, we need to put this field for every request. As you can see, the command executed. Although, the output of the command has not been returned. Anyway, we got the success message. So what shall we do next? We need to, I think the difficulties lies in this command injection or command execution is this blacklist. And as you can see now, even the white space is filtered or is blocked. So we need to find a way to bypass this blacklist. And this is where another very important way to bypass, which is IFS or internal file or field separator. By default, such a separator is white space. However, in some case, we can change this to, different character, and this is the way which we will be using to bypass or escape this blacklist. And I've already noted down such information, the IFS, to be equal to comma, and we need to. So how to do? We can, this case the comma means the IFS. Okay, so first of all we need to create the shell script or PHP reverse shell script. I've already done that earlier. You can get it from the Pen Test Monkey website. And the next, we need to set up the web server. And very important, this case, we need to use the default port number. Based on my practice, when I did the machine the first time, if you use the 8000 as port number for this web server, maybe this cannot work very well. Okay, so the 80, you need to explicitly specify the port number, because by default, the Python 3 will use 8000 as port number for web server. Okay, so now what can we do next? This would be the shell. And also we want to save into the temp directory, PHP. And okay, that's it. We can copy. Also, we need to set up the listener on the Kali Linux to wait for collection from the target, right? So we can trigger a new request. We can put the command in here, execute, And to make it work, we need to add the X-forwarded header. Cheat the target application. This request is from its local host, okay? And add, and we can forward. No error, right? Great. So now we can run the shell script to get a reverse shell, okay? So now simply we copy this line. This one here I think means IFS is equal to comma. And so because this case, we can use IFS as separator rather than the default, default white space, okay? Because white space cannot work, okay? So now we can copy, paste in here, execute. And also we need to add the X-forwarded for header. Add forward. As you can see, we successfully got the collection from the target, right? So great. We have already done a lot of different things along the way, okay? So now we can, of course, we can spawn a better shell by Python. Python 2 is there. Import pty. Okay, so now we need to do some local immersion. For example, go to the home. Oh, we need to export the term variable. So then we can clear the screen to get bigger space on the screen when necessary. Okay, so now we can go to the Gemini, only one normal user. And so the bash history sudo. How about this one? Redis. So I think it means the Redis is running on the target machine, but nothing here. And also we can check its kernel. Very old, but I'm not going to take kernel exploit to elevate privilege. We need to find something else, okay? So next we can walk through some locations. Nothing here. Next, I think we can upload the NumPy shell script to do the automatic immersion. We can copy from my toolsets directory, and we can use existing web server to upload. NumPy. It's done, and we need to make it executable, and then we can run it. I think this video has been going on a bit long time, but I think because just I mentioned this machine involves so great techniques, we need to, we need to get them as much as possible to the maximum extent. Okay, it's done, and let's scroll up. Some web files, backup files, and some modified, interesting files. Searching folders. And capabilities. SUID, binary with SUID bit. But nothing here so far. Let's continue our scrolling. So this one would be the configuration file for the Apache 2 site. The username, active ports. Yeah, this one, I think this one, even the MySQL service is running. But Redis, this one I think is used by Redis, in memory database. I didn't have much familiarity with this Redis and also cron jobs, processes. Redis server. Even this server, this process is owned by or is executed by root user. So maybe next we need to take advantage of this process or Redis to elevate privilege. So how to do? You can use Google to make some research, and then maybe the first link or somewhere around, and then you can get this one. Yeah, Hack Tricks. This website is also very great, and you can generate the SSH public key on your. Maybe we can create on the target machine. Okay, let me do it now. We can go to home directory because we have already got the shell on this user Gemini 1, and we can create the SSH directory, and we can use SSH key, and I think we can use default path for the key pairs, right? As you can see, the key pairs have been generated, and then we can write the public key to file. We can I think we can copy, right? We can copy, paste over here. No such a file. No such a file. Maybe I can put over here this one. I can use this one. I can copy, paste over here. Yeah, no problem. Next, we can import the file into Redis. So we can cut out. But we need to so let's run it. However, network, sorry, we need to do some modification. This one would be localhost, right? We can copy. However, authentication required. So now we can cut out the configuration file of Redis. Oh, sorry. I think we need to go to Redis. Cut out this configuration file. Okay, and you can get. I think we can get the key or password for the Redis. Where is the password? Where? I cannot find it. Where? Where? Sorry for having your much time, very much time. But sorry, I need to find it and come back. See you there. All right, let's continue. Finally, I found this password. Okay, and then we can copy this password and combine the CLI command to, set the public key. We can copy. We just run the commands. No such a file. Oh, sorry. I need to go to the Gemini 1 SSH. Okay. Run the command again. And then we can configure the directory we want to dump its content to the root directory, because Redis is run as root user, and we can set the database name as authorized keys, and then we can save. Okay, so now we can SSH to the as a root user, localhost. Yes, as you can see, now we have it become the root user. Okay, to grab the flag without a problem. So that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.